All right, I'm going to go over question number 16 through 19 real quick and looking at the functions. So the first thing I'm going to do is highlight my functions that have the same name. So I'm going to highlight all of the functions that are f of x. Then I'm going to go through and I'm going to highlight all the ones that are g of x. So that's this one here, and then lastly I'm going to do h of x. And that's these two here. All right, so now I'm going to utilize my calculator to answer all of these questions rather quickly. So I'm going to go to my calculator and I'm going to do my f of x function. So I'm going to alt tab to my calculator and I have my calculator here now. It has all the same functions. I'm going to click on this y equals buttons. That's the top left button. And I'm going to put negative. Now I want to use the negative with the parentheses. Then x, and then I'm going to exponent squared. Then I'm going to add, it is, hold on, let me turn it over so I can see it, plus 8x, so that's going to be plus 8x, and then I'm going to use this subtraction for minus 1. Then I'm going to hit the blue second button, and then I'm going to hit the graph button, and that's going to give me my table list of values. Now my first value that I was looking at was when x is equal to negative 4, so I'm going to go here to where x is equal to negative 4. That's going to give me a y value of negative 59. So I'm going to write on here, f of negative 4 is equal to negative 59. Okay, and then I want to do my f of 1. So I'm going to scroll back up to where I have x is equal to 1. That's going to give me a y value of negative 4. So f of 1 is equal to negative 4. Okay, so now I'm going to put these values in place. So in place of, and I'm going to erase this just so you can see it. So in place of f of negative 4, we said f of negative 4 was equal to 59. So I'm going to put negative 59 in place of that. Then it tells us minus, so I'm going to put minus, and then what we found for f of 1, which is going to be negative 4. This negative minus negative 4 becomes positive. That's like plus, that's like multiplying a negative times a positive. So then negative 59 plus 4 is going to give me negative 55. Okay? Now I'm going to go through and I'm going to find all of the other f ofs. So we've got f of 3, so I'm going to go back and find f of 3. So that's positive 3. When x is 3, that's going to give me a y value of 4. So f of 3 is going to be equal to 4. Then I have f of negative 2. So f of negative 2 over here, that's going to be equal to, all right, let me go here to negative 2. Negative 2 is going to give me negative 31. Negative 31. Then I'm going to do g of x. So g of x is going to be negative 14 minus 2 thirds x. So that's going to be, go back to y equals. I'm going to clear my previous equation. So that's going to give me 14 minus, and then mine doesn't really have, let's see, I don't think it'll work. I had trouble getting it to work. Nope, it won't work on here. So I'm just going to do, since it's a fraction, I'm going to do 2 divided by 3, and then I'm going to put it in parentheses, and then I'm going to put my x. So it's going to look like that for me on mine. Now, if the alpha y equals works for you, then by all means use that to use your graph. So then I'm going to go to second graph to get my table list of values. So I'm going to looking for g of negative 6, g of 9, and no other g's. So g of negative 6 is going to give me right here, that's going to give me positive 18. And then g of 9, I'm going to go ahead and let you finish that one out. I'm going to go ahead and do number 19 and finish that one for you, and then you will do 17 and 18 on your own. You should be able to handle it from there. So this says 1/2. Now that's, since it's in front of the g of x, that means that's times that g of x. And that's g of negative 6. We said g of negative 6 is going to give me 18. Then that's adding f of negative 2. F of negative 2 is equal to negative 31. Now this is plus negative 31, so that positive and minus becomes minus. Okay, so that's 18 minus 31. Now, 8 to 1/2 times 18 is going to give you 9. Minus 31, that's going to be equal to 9 minus 31 is going to give you negative 22. Okay? That should help you finish up the worksheet that we went over in class. And you can finish up the remaining questions on your own. I will see you next time. Bye.